Hey there, Stationery Squad and Inky enthusiasts, my fellow Inky Fingers Club members. I am so glad that you are here today with me. Today we are going to do a roundup of inks that have made their way into my stash in late April, May. I know, I said I was going to cut back. It's so hard. I had some new pens, and did I have ink colors that would match them? I did. But, you know, I wondered if there were better ones out there. So I bought some more that matched. I think this is going to be the pink and green with a hint of teal because that's kind of where I am. I don't know where the green is coming from. Pink definitely inspired by this one, the Esterbrook, the Belcon that I got late last month. I don't know. So we're going to swatch them. I'm going to go to a pen posse meetup, pen club meetup later this afternoon. So instead of taking these glass dip vials with me, I'm going to make some samples up as I swatch and go along. I got some again from Saturn Ring 7 on Pen Swap. I can just highly recommend her. And so we're swatching, and then we'll play the everyone's favorite game where I humiliate myself and show you that I didn't need to buy this ink because I already have 4 like them. And you can laugh at me and I will laugh at myself. This is good for my mental health. To play with inks, to buy inks, they make me happy. They're within my budget. Now, those of you that are thinking if she didn't buy so many damn inks, she might have bought the King of Pen by now. Okay, I get it, but I am an instant gratification girl. Okay, let's get into it. Enough yibber yabbering. All right, first one we're going to start off with is Robert Oster. Burgundy Chocolate Notes. Kind of a dusty plum. Definitely come in a brownie purple, a purple brown. I couldn't decide which stamp I wanted to use this time, so I got them. I used both. They are both from Everyday Explorers. New pen day set? Something like that. Next up, we have a Dream ink. This is called Battlefield Rose. It has a lovely shimmer in it. Well, that's light. I mean, I don't know why I'm saying I'm surprised by that because I think Dream inks kind of like the kitty pot. Inks are fairly light. He's pretty. All right, we've got another pink with shimmer. This is Van Dieman's Orchid Mantis. I warned y'all, I'm in a pink zone. I did the swatch cards last night and I was like, oh, maybe not only do we not have to play the game, like I bought the same color ink in the same order at the same time. They're pretty close. This one is a little bit browner. Warmer, I think. Another from Van Dieman. This is Swan Lake, and it's pink with gold shimmer. I'm learning things about myself. It's like this seller had the list is like 200 long, and so then I narrow it down and like what's the availability and the cost. And for whatever reason, this time I didn't look closely at that. I had 4 pinks and 4 greenish. I mean, this is what I love about ink, though, is that there are so many variations, and so even things that look very similar, like these two, have a slight enough, at least when you're swatching them or painting with them in the pen. Well, you know, let's be real. But man, I mean, so this one has a lighter base, so the gold shimmer is really popping. Look at this. Look at this shimmer. This next one you have already seen in my currently inked, but I thought we would just swatch it now. So we've got Daddy Longlegs. It is a darker pink, also with gold shimmer. And I have it in the Penlux. At first I thought it was in the Esterbrook, but no, it's in the Penlux. This is a flex nib, and yeah, hindsight, probably not the best ink combination. Also a hair on my nib. How is that possible? How does this happen, people? I'm gonna have to get tweezers out. Yeah. I love my dogs. I love my dogs. I don't want to tell you how long that took. Tweezers, towels. I just, oh my. Okay. This is Dominant Industries, The Harder of Dieppe. If I'm saying that right, it is based on the painting of the same name from Joseph William Turner. When I looked it up, I believe that it is part of the Frick collection in New York City, which is my favorite museum. I'm not sure if it's still open to the public. At one point it was closed, but it's just the coolest because it is in one of the Industrial Revolution mansions, like railroad guys. And so you kind of get to walk through the mansion and look at art at the same time. I mean, not the whole thing, but different parts. And there was this beautiful reflection pool. It's just such a happy memory. All right, don't write New York. All right, so this is from Dominant Industry. It does have a shimmer to it. It's part of their Pearl series. And I picked this up at a local shop, same as Daddy Longlegs, specifically because I thought it would be a great match for the new root beer TWSBI. And man, I think I nailed it, but you'll have to tell me. This is from Birmingham Pen Company. This is Kenai Fjords. If you thought I was not going to have a teal in here, well, you have never watched any of my other videos. I bought this one for sentimental reasons. Kenai is a great place in Alaska. Often family would travel when we lived there for like short vacations. This is why I have ink on my fingers, because I don't think ahead where I'm going to write things and I stick my hand in it. How many times have I done that today? The rest are all in the green family, so I think I'm going to move to the other side of the page just so we can see them together. Next up, we've got Robert Oster Avocado. I think I got this one because I want to be part of the cool kids club that matches their inks to their Hobonichi. And this one, I think, reminded me or looked similar to next month. We'll take a little test. When it's dry, we'll take a peek. I don't think there's shimmer in this one, so if shimmer's coming out in the swatch, it's because everything this poor Kakamori is getting loaded from this side over here. Nope, that's a little bit more green, isn't it? All right, next in the green is a new ink maker on the scene, or new to me, is Penultimate Inks, and this is Ranger. My partner is a former Army Ranger, so yet another sentimental choice. Basically, if there's anything named Ranger, we're going to buy it in this house, or he is. He saw on the list, he's like, you got to get that one. Ooh, that is a pretty green. That's a nice emerald. All right, we've got one more for now. Although I wouldn't be surprised if I picked up a few at the meet today. Is Robert Oster. You somebody answer this question. If somebody has answered this question in video and I missed it, let me know. Kimberly from of all the hobbies that writes for the Pen Addict told me it was Oster like toaster. So I try and remember it. But then on Simona's Discord there was a whole debate and I don't think we ever resolved it. But anyway, this is Sydney Darling Harbor. And another nice rich emerald green. Slightly more blue, maybe, than the Penultimate. No shimmer. I think this was the Sydney Pen Show ink. I thought that was kind of fun. Okay, we are back from my pen club meetup. As I guessed, I did pick up a couple samples. What I didn't guess is that there would be a lot of people selling things. Well, maybe not a lot. Like, somebody's always selling something, but this time, like 2 or 3 people were selling things and destashing inks and whatever. So I ended up with 2 new pens, 2 bottles of ink, and 3 samples. And I also remembered I got a bottle of ink for Mother's Day. So we'll go ahead and do those. This is the Mother's Day. This is Sailor Yurameku Iteora. It's funny because the label is blue, but I think this is looking more green. I don't know what it looks like on camera, and then with your monitor, let me know. But the Yuramekus are just famous for doing strange, fun things. Okay. The smell is strong on this one. I don't know if that's normal. I don't think my other Yuramekos smell quite like this. Now I'm curious, but let me know if you have this one and it's a strong smell or if I should be cautious about it. Bottles that I picked up at the meetup, I have Troublemaker Foxglove. It's almost full. I got this for free because I bought pens, but she was selling all of her inks for $5. I've had this one on my wish list for a long time. I always skip over it and end up getting something else. And it is a lovely purple with tones of pink in there. I think it first came on this color first came on my radar when I got the Leonardo Aster as a potential match for that. I think it's pretty good, although it does lean a little bit warmer towards the red purples than the blurples. So, nothing wrong with that. And then also in this same color family, another one that I've had on my wish list for a long time is Dominant Industry Sunset. Now, I didn't realize how close I did do the swatch cards, just a couple minutes ago before I kind of came around. I don't think I realized how similar these colors were. And I think that's a little bit of my problem with my inks that caught my eye wish list, because I just write down purple, purple, purple. And so when I have a chance to get these colors, even the pinks over here, like I need a way to differentiate and say, hey, like Belfer Rose and Swan Lake are really similar. You maybe don't need to buy both of them, or certainly not both of them at the same time. Slightly dustier, the sunset is. Lower, by dustier, I mean lighter saturation in color. I'm curious how that also matches up with lavender. The Dominant Industry lavender. This one is heavy, heavy shimmer, and that one, the Foxglove, doesn't have any shimmer. Gosh, why can't I remember to write the things first so it doesn't get all over my hands? This next one was in the giveaway box. It was, I guess, too light for that person that picked it up. Yeah, knowing him and the colors and samples he usually brings and what he doesn't. I'm surprised he even bought this one, but it is Arctic, Van Diemen's Arctic collection. It was a Penultimate exclusive. This is the 90 North colorway. It is a stunner of a shimmer. Hope you can see that shimmer, because it's kind of like Swan Lake, where just in live it is a shimmer bomb. Ooh, I'm excited about that one. This makes me want to get all of these colors now. Oy, oy, oy. Problems. Which is silly. I know. All right. Now for the samples, and I think I'm trying to figure out if I can fit one more bottle on here somewhere. Maybe up here. Oh my goodness. I am a hot mess. I know. Well, now you get to see how I actually do this. I'm glad. That works out well, because I thought I had 3 purple samples, but it's not true. I have a teal and 2 purples. And I got these from lovely pen friend. Totally obsessed with purple, but sometimes picks up some nice teals. This one is from Anderillium. It's called Alba Turquoise. Look, right, and beautiful cyan color. Is there 2 R's in Anderillium? I don't think so. And then we have Papier Plume First Blossom. No, I mean, this is a very warm purple, which then, like, I thought that was warm, but now you can see that that's definitely a cooler compared to this one. It's almost a magenta pink more than a purple. And the last one surprised me because I didn't really like the name. I thought as another Papier Plume in Black Peony, and the name, I thought it was going to be one of those super dark purples that's almost black, and I'm not a huge fan of those, so, but it surprised me. It actually is a very warm. And that Cassis Bordeaux Burgundy color. Okay, Kristen, don't buy any more inks this month. You got 10 days left. You got half a month left. Oh, yeah, you can do it. All right, we're gonna set these off to dry, and we'll get out the swatch book and see if we can make some matches. All right, we're back. We've got our stack of swatch books. If this is your first time seeing one of my swatching or inbox videos, I have another whole video on how I make the swatch cards and kind of this whole system that's here. But we'll start off with the pinks and kind of work our way through to the back of the book. So starting off with Orchid Mantis. So it's a the other thing I should say is that this is Canson watercolor paper that it's on, plus my camera, plus your monitor. Some of these colors will look very different to me in person than they will to you on the screen. In case you're new here and you buy this color, it's like, that's nothing like she swatched. There are so many variables. Okay, it doesn't match in there. I think we're kind of in this dustier, warmer than those guys. Too pink for those. So yeah, I think it's in this Australis Rose, Robert Oster, Cashmere Rose colorway. So, and then when we get over here, these are too pinky pink. So, pink is because several of these are in the same colorway. I'm going to take this one out and kind of move it more towards the middle to give us some room to move things around. We're going to put Orchid Mantis right in here. Maybe. Okay. Dream Rose. Very similar to the Vinta Lab Kahini. You can't probably see it behind the swatch, but this one has a ton of shimmer too. So yeah, pretty similar. So I think we're in the right color family here. I almost want to kind of put these two together. Okay, then we've got Swan Lake. This is a little bit lighter. Oh, probably closest to Billowing Blush. So the Sakamori being more like these pinks. I think I'm gonna move this one over here. And that makes room for Swan Lake here. I really need to go through and get these in a good order because now we've got kind of things all over the place, but May is not the time for that. Maybe summer vacation. All right, so then we've got Harbor of Dieppe. So yellow oranges. Start. Really not those. I think it is in this color family. Autumn Oak. Definitely more yellow than Autumn Oak. More yellow than Golden Honey. Warmer. Those, yeah, I think it's in this. Torifel, BPC pollen, homemade tortillas. Yeah, in this realm. And I'm out of thingamajiggies. At one point I bought the wrong kind of. I didn't buy the 6-hole, I bought the 3-hole, and then I had to punch my own so it fits in here. It's all good. You make the most of what you have. Yeah, I know my greens are getting pretty full, so I'm just kind of proactively getting some page protectors out so I can put in some new sheets if we need to. All right, we're going to start with Robert Oster Avocado. There's in the swatches not a whole lot of, well, now you can see, like Avocado and Jade are very similar. Avocado just slightly more green. So, like this is a yellow green, and this is a blue. They're both greens, right? This one has more yellow. This one has more blue, but it's not as dark as much blue as any of these guys. So, do you think it goes right in here? Might be time for me to get in another binder because this one is getting full. All right. That one we didn't. All right, then we've got the Penultimate Ranger. You can see there's a lot of blue in this one, so I'm going to kind of scoot up over here. Very close to Dieman Sherwood grain, but of course we've got the gold shimmer in this one. I'm very close to my favorite Hanover green, so I think this is where it's going to live. And actually, I'll move Longlegs here and slip in Ranger. Then we've got Sydney Darby. Oh, people. Well, except I think this is an exclusive too. But if you missed out on Mont Blanc Jungle and you can somehow get your hands on Sydney Darling Harbor, they are similar. And Sydney Darling Harbor is slightly more blue, but if you're sad that you missed out on it, they're close. I don't think it's close to any of these guys. So we're going to slap this right in here. Yes, we are. Okay. Then we've got Iteora. And this is one, so the Yuramekos, man, they are so different. So here is on the watercolor paper. You can see Tomoe, Stalogy, and Midori. Then this is the Hobonichi from this year. I think this Tomoe River is last year's, and then you've got this, like, look, can you see how different that is? It's just such a fun ink. But it does make it a little bit more challenging to categorize what color it goes into. So I think it lives here in kind of the Vert Atlantic Korea Celadon colorway, kind of these gray, greeny. Yeah. Put it over here for now. All right. And we've got Kenai Fjords in the teal zone. So yeah, kind of in this wet bay, Wearingeul, Resurrection, Emerald Tree Monitor. Sometimes I get these just a little Some of these I need to like redo so I can have the consistent color, but I think this is its good place because there's lots of moving around in this section that I need to do. So I'll give myself that one. Put it down there. Okay, Alba turquoise. It's right here in the Dieman marine, Penultimate Gold, Leonardo stone. So I thought it was very similar when I was writing it to Gerber turquoise de Perse. Very, very similar. Ah, okay, there's our Alba turquoise, and there's the Alba turquoise and turquoise de Perse. So it almost dupes. Turquoise de Perse has a lot of shimmer. I didn't get it all in this, and very much at all, but it is. So if you like this color and you're scared of the shimmer, see if you can find this color. Good thing that's only a sample, right? Okay, now we are into the purples and magentas. All right, so we're going to start with the blurbles. So Dieman Arctic. Let's see what I mean when we start to get. So these are 2 blue. Those are kind of similar. Ink Institute something. I wasn't thinking like out of a pen. This was reminding him of what that color grape is looking like, and they are similar. We've got a little bit more color in it, so it's like a lighter tone. Yeah, so I guess it was okay that I got both of these. Did I need both of them? No. But in writing, they're very, very similar. But the trouble, the dominant industry has some shimmer coming out, and interesting, even though the Troublemaker is supposed to be the chromo shader, I think the dominant industry is doing a better job of that, and mostly because of the pink shimmer. Okay, and then we've got our burgundies. So Papier Plume. They more pink than those. Yeah, I thought it had a L'Hermès de Cassis similar vibe. Oh, also close to Saskatoon Berry. Saskatoon Berry is yeah, much more saturated and richer in color, and it's one of my favorites, so not surprised. So, I think I'm gonna put it. I really kind of want to do a L'Hermès de Cassis, so for now I'm gonna put it here, and I need to redo that. L'Hermès de Cassis or Cassis? Larm. All right. Then the black peony and burgundy chocolate notes actually ended up very similar too. You can see in the like gradients the difference with more blue and more red, but again, red, blue, probably can't see that in the camera. All right, so it's a couple that I definitely had some exact dupes, but of those, only one was a sample. Of course, I duped them like in the same moment, so that's not great. But otherwise, I think this is a really successful ink haul of things I didn't really need, but will have anyway. Please help me. let's do an ink swap. Reach out to me on Instagram or in the comments that you'd like to do an ink swap and some way to contact you, because I have lots of inks to share and I love to share. And yeah, I need some more room in my ink closet. Okay. Until next time, this is your president of the Inky Fingers Club saying until next time, keep ink on your fingers and keep being awesome. Bye for now.